Okay. Hello everyone and welcome back to state level lecture. And I am Shilpa Chatravan from Vikroli Parkside, and today we will study the next topic, that is probiotics, vinegar production and microbial enzymes. Okay, so before that, let's revise yesterday's points. In our previous lecture, we came across microorganisms or microbes which are useful and harmful. Okay, then we also saw about the milk products and how they are prepared in the industries. Yes, yesterday we saw about the yogurt production, how it takes place in industries, how the cheese is prepared, how uh, butter is prepared. So yesterday we saw these points. So we have came across the definition of applied microbiology. So what is the definition? The branch of biology in which study of the enzymes related to some prokaryotes and eukaryotic microbes, proteins, applied genetics, molecular biology, etc. is performed is called applied microbiology that we have seen yesterday. And how milk after fermentation is converted into yogurt, that also we have seen yesterday. And we also saw that what are the types of cheese, that is mozzarella cheese, which is used in pizza and sandwich, and cheddar cheese it is used in burger. So how mozzarella cheese is soft in texture and cheddar cheese is semi hard in texture, that we have seen. So both types of cheese are made up of milk, but the type of milk used varies in both. So mozzarella cheese, it is made up from buffalo's milk, and cheddar cheese, it is prepared from cow's milk. Okay, so we also came across two types of butter, that is sweet cream butter and cultured butter. Okay, so how freshly prepared cheese is always soft, and that is cottage cheese, cream cheese, mozzarella cheese, and how after storing it for 3 to 12 months, uh, semi hard cheddar cheese is formed, that we have seen. And whereas after ripening for 12 to 18 months, very hard cheese called Parmesan cheese is formed. Okay, so these were the points which we have discussed yesterday. So after discussing this uh, or revising, now we will move to our next topic, that is probiotics. So what is probiotics and what for probiotics food is famous, that we are going to study. So what is probiotics? Hmm. So you may have listened or came across probiotic products like probiotic yogurt. What does it mean? It means it contains lots of good bacteria in it. So they are in high demand. So you have already came across these ads which are there are means the ad they give, they say Yakult, uh, it is good for intestine, uh, it is good for your stomach. So what it means, because it has lots of good bacteria in it, so they are in great demand. So many people, they use these probiotic products. So probiotics are generally milk products which contain active bacteria like Lactobacillus acidophilus, Lactobacillus casei, and Bifidobacterium bifidum. So these probiotics, they contain these types of bacteria. So they are good for our health, and they are active bacteria, and they are used in yogurt, lassi, butter, and ice cream. So they look like this. The figures they are given under that means labeling how the bacteria it looks. That figure is also given. So means they are all rod shaped bacteria and they are good for our health. Okay, so all these microbes they maintain the balance of intestinal microbes, that is increase the population of microbes helping the digestion and decrease the population of harmful microbes, that is clostridium. So the harmful microbe, if it enters in our means it is present in our intestine, it helps to increase the population of good bacteria and it prevents and balances the intestinal microbes. So probiotic products like yogurt, lassi, butter, ice cream, they are suggested by doctors for the treatment of diarrhea and are used in treatment of poultry also. So doctors they also suggest for the patients those who have intestinal problems, they suggest that they should take probiotic products like probiotic yogurt, lassi, butter, or means they don't suggest for ice cream, but they suggest for yogurt that is good for their intestinal problems. Okay, so why are probiotic products very important in our life? Because in today's hectic lifestyle, every person needs this probiotic product to maintain the balance of intestinal microorganisms for helping digestion and decrease the population of harmful microbes. So you see how hectic life today we are living. We are only means everyone is running for something. So at that time we have to take care of our health also. So to take the care of our health, we have to use this type of probiotic products to keep our intestinal microbial population balanced. Okay. In our early classes, means last year we were in 9th standard. That time we came across yeast and we have prepared the solution of dry yeast and we have observed that yeast under the microscope. We know that for preparation of bread, yeast is used. So last year you have had that activity. So how the yeast is means bread is prepared, and we have also seen that activity, and we have seen yeast under the microscope also. So we know that for preparation of bread, yeast is used. In market, there are different types of bread, that is whole wheat bread, maize bread, barley bread, sorghum bread, and oatmeal bread. So these are the types of bread. There are different types. So many people they use these types of bread. So a dough, how it is prepared then? A dough is formed by mixing of Baker's yeast, Saccharomyces cerevisiae, means a microbe called as Saccharomyces cerevisiae. It is mixed in the Baker's yeast, and it also gets mixed with water. Water is also mixed in it, salt and other necessary materials with flour. They are also mixed in that dough. Okay. So after that, this dough is covered and kept aside for about half an hour. Means for half an hour it is kept aside to means that is it gets uh, fluffy after half an hour. So it is kept for half an hour. So after half an hour, what happens? The dough rises up due to carbon dioxide and the bread becomes spongy. So when it is kept aside, what happens? Carbon dioxide present in the dough, it rises up and it becomes fluffy. And it is all it this process is means for the for this reason only the bread becomes spongy. Okay, so after half an hour, the dough is properly kneaded. Means it is kneaded properly, and then the loaf formed is then baked in the oven. Okay, so after means half an hour, it is baked in the oven. So for domestic use, dry and granular form of yeast is used. So after baking it for 45 minutes, the bread is prepared. And in domestic means for household use, which is yeast is used, dry and granular form of yeast is used. So compressed yeast is also used in commercial bakery industries. So this the preparation we saw, that was for household purpose, but for industrial use, which yeast is used? Compressed yeast is used in commercial bakery industries. So yeast produced for commercial use contains various useful contents like carbohydrates, fats, proteins, various vitamins and minerals. And due to this, bread and other products produced with the help of yeast become nutritive, and ingredients like vinegar, soya sauce, and monosodium glutamate or Ajinomoto that are used is presently popular for Chinese food and are produced by microbial fermentation. So all these means ingredients, they are present in the vinegar. Means ingredients like vinegar, soya sauce, and monosodium glutamate. They are popularly used because they contain microbial. They are prepared with the help of microbial fermentation. Okay, so the sour taste to that food material, it is because of the microbial fermentation and the microbes present in it. Okay, so now let's see how vinegar production takes place. So vinegar is used in each country of the world to impart sour taste to food materials and for preservation of pickles, sauce, ketchup, chutneys, etc. And chemically, vinegar is 4% of acidic acid. So to keep the pickles or sauce, to preserve them, what vinegar is added in the pickles. So because of that sour taste, the pickle or the sauce or the chutneys which are prepared in the industries, they don't get damaged, or they are preserved for some time, for 6 months, 3 months, or for an year also. Okay, so how much content is there present in that product? It varies with the date of expiry also. So the shelf life of that product, it increases due to adding vinegar in the means food product. Okay, so ethanol, an alcohol, is obtained by fermentation of carbon compounds like fruit juices, maple syrup, sugar, molasses, starch of the root with the help of yeast Saccharomyces cerevisiae. So ethanol is prepared with the help of this Saccharomyces cerevisiae. So the glucose and fructose, they are fermented with this yeast, and ethanol and carbon dioxide are released after the reaction. So nowadays, instead of chemical catalysts, microbial enzymes are used in chemical industries. So these enzymes are active at low temperature, pH and pressure, due to which energy is saved, and erosion proof instruments are also not necessary. So a mixture of bacterial strains like Acetobacter and Gluconobacter is mixed with ethanol for its microbial degradation. Okay, so a very small amount of sulfur dioxide gas is mixed with acetic acid to produce vinegar. So vinegar, it is produced with the help of acetic acid. Acetic acid, in that acetic acid, sulfur dioxide gas is mixed and it produces vinegar. So now we are going to see the next topic, that is microbial enzymes. So what are the enzymes? Enzymes act as a catalyst. Okay, so the digestive juices secreted by our digestive organs also contain enzymes, which are called as digestive enzymes. So our intestine also contains enzymes, that is gastric juice. It is also an digestive enzyme present in our body. So digestive enzymes bring about changes in the food material. So it is responsible to change the food material in the stomach. So in case of microbial enzymatic reactions, elimination and decomposition of waste material is avoided, and enzymes can also be reused. So hence enzymes are eco-friendly. So they don't affect the ecosystem, so they are eco-friendly. So the examples of microbial enzymes, they are oxidoreductase, transferase, hydrolase, lysase, isomerase, and ligase. So these are the examples of microbial enzymes. So what is the advantage of microbial enzymes? Enzymes are used in detergents. Why they are used in detergents? The process of dirt or muck removal takes place even at low temperature. Means if the clothes, they are having dirt or muck on it, so we don't have to make a solution of lukewarm water to reduce, means to remove the dirt. So these enzymes, what they do, they reduce our effort also, and they clean our clothes. With the help of these enzymes, we can clean the clothes at low temperature of water also. So process of dirt and muck removal occurs at low temperature due to mixing of enzymes with detergent. So glucose and fructose syrup can be obtained from corn flour by action of enzymes obtained by bacilli and streptomyces. So means glucose and fructose syrup, they can also be obtained from corn flour. Means corn flour it contains glucose and fructose in it, and by the action of enzymes, what we can obtain, which enzymes are means acted on that, that is bacilli or streptomyces. They act and we get glucose and fructose syrup from it. So microbial enzymes are used in various industries. That is, microbial enzymes are used in cheese industry. They are also used in plant extract in industries. in textile industries, for means in the cloth industry, where the clothes are prepared. So in leather industries, where means shoes and bags of leather are made, and in the paper industry also, these microbial enzymes, they are used for making all these items. They help in preparing these means which we use, which means eat. So all these are used by humans only. They are prepared in this industry. Okay. So uh, so we see that cold drinks, ice creams, cakes, juices are available in various colors and flavors. We often we purchase this type of means cold drinks. We purchase ice cream. We purchase cakes, and we also purchase various types of juices from the market. So whether these colors and flavors are really derived from the fruits, so this is a common question, that they are made from natural fruits, or they are artificial. How we can come to know? So if we read the ingredients, which are they are printed on the product, so we can come to know that their bottle, this is of mango juice. We drink cool drink wherever we see this mango drink, we purchase it and we drink it. So before drinking, if we see the ingredients which are mixed in that bottle, you can come to know that how much proportion of products are added in that. So in this, you can see that mango pulp means original mango pulp. It is only 19.5% shown in this means label. Okay, so means what we come to know, that whole means the Maaza bottle, it contains only 19.5% original mango pulp in it. Okay, so uh, uh, you can see that printed items carefully, and you can watch how much ingredients they add in every food material or food items which we consume. So you can also see here that artificial ingredients are also mixed in this. So you can see artificial flavoring substances are also added in them. So only original means pulp, it is in a small quantity, and other materials, they are also added to preserve that mango pulp. So artificial flavors and artificial means ingredients are also added in it. So now we will see that in market, which microbes or amino acids, they are used to produce different types of food materials that we came across. So different microorganisms produce different organic acids by process of fermentation. So these are the different types of microorganisms that are seen in this figure. So we use Ajinomoto in our means any food item. We use in means if we prepare Maggi or if we prepare any means Chinese item. So Ajinomoto is commonly added in each food item. So how this what means what does this Ajinomoto contain? Ajinomoto contains means main source of Ajinomoto is sugar and wheat molasses and ammonia salt. It is the main source which is in that Ajinomoto, and which microbes they are added in it, that is Brevibacterium corynebacterium. So this microbe is added in this Ajinomoto, and which organic acid is added in it? Uh, it contains L-glutamic acid, and all this it is used in production of monosodium glutamate, that is Ajinomoto. That name is commonly used Ajinomoto, but the main means the first name means it is none other than monosodium glutamate. Okay, so next food item, that is the drinks or toffees or chocolates which are produced. What does they contain? They contain sugar, molasses, and salt in it. And which microbe is used? Aspergillus niger named microbe is present in the toffees, chocolates, or drinks. And which organic acid is mixed in it? Citric acid is mixed in these products. So for making toffees and chocolates, these types of means microbe and source and organic acids are mixed in these toffees, chocolates, and drinks. Now we use some uh, supplements. We use some minerals for supplement of calcium and iron. Means we have if someone has deficiency of calcium and iron in its body, so doctors suggest some supplements to increase the content in the body, that is calcium and iron, for increasing the means quantity of calcium and iron. They suggest these types of medicine, means supplement food. So what does it contain? The source of this is glucose and corn tip liquor. So this is the main source. And which microbe is used? Aspergillus niger. And which organic acid is used? This gluconic acid. Now, for making the source of nitrogen and the production of vitamins, molasses, corn tip liquor is the main source, and Lactobacillus delbrueckii microbe is present in it, and organic acid, lactic acid is mixed in it, and they are used for the source of nitrogen and production of vitamins. So for paper, textile, or plastic industry or gum production, molasses, corn tip liquor is used as a main source. Aspergillus itaconius microbe is used, and itaconic acid is added in it. So if you have seen that your mother has prepared a homemade soup at home, and if on the next day or the same day, if you bring some instant soup packet which are prepared instantly. In 5 minutes, that soup is prepared. What is the difference in both taste, or what is the difference in both? So can you mark any difference between the two without tasting the soup? Means without tasting, only by observing, what difference you can see? You can see that homemade soup is not thicker, but the instant soup which is uh, brought from the market and prepared, it is more thicker than the homemade soup. So why it is more thicker than the homemade? Because it contains xanthan gum in that instant soup. So the packet, if you observe the ingredients and means if you read the ingredients, you will see that they add xanthan gum in it to means prepare. If we prepare the market soup, uh, it becomes thicker because of xanthan gum which is present in it. So xanthan gum, what is it? Xanthan gum is a polysaccharide which is commonly used as a food additive. Means for making means anything thicker, it is used in food items or food materials in the industries. So xanthan gum imparts thickness to our favorite food items. Means xanthan gum, it is added in ice cream, pudding, chocolate, milkshake, or chocolate drinks also. So all these food items, they contain xanthan gum, and it gives the thickness to these products or food items, and we like them because they are thick. Okay. So xanthan gum is obtained by fermentation of starch and molasses with the help of Xanthomonas species. So in the starch and molasses, this microbe Xanthomonas species is added, and from that we get xanthan gum. And the solubility in it is soluble in hot and cold water. Means it gets soluble in hot and cold water, and it has a high density. Okay. So xanthan gum is also used in means for preparing pigments, fertilizers, weedicides, textile pigments, toothpaste, and high quality paper. So all these means products, they are uh, means they are prepared with the help of xanthan gum.
Hello, Shilpa ma'am. Shilpa ma'am, unmute yourself. We are not able to hear you, Shilpa ma'am. Hello, Shilpa ma'am. Shilpa ma'am, unmute yourself. Hello. Hello, Shilpa ma'am. Hello, Shilpa ma'am, unmute yourself. Hello, Shilpa ma'am, you can hear me? Please unmute yourself.